Well, hello everybody. Welcome to this success case study webinar. This is your host Tim Mai and
AC Ramos.
yeah, so both AC and I are here. We are excited to be here with you tonight, and we're looking forward to teach you some really great stuff tonight. So you guys ready? Awesome. So tonight's topic is how to make $105,000 in 6 months flipping houses using none of your own money or credit. So for those of you who are new to real estate investing, I want to really quickly go through what the real estate business is and the different parts of the real estate business, how you make money. So there are mainly two different types of money that can be made in real estate investing. There's the upfront cash money, which is where you make money from flipping houses, meaning you buy, you sell, and then there's the long-term cash flow, which is rental properties, owner financing. So for today's for today's webinar, we're going to focus on the flipping side of the business, and within flipping you have different types of flipping. Okay, you have wholesale flips, you have hotel flips. We'll explain that in a little bit, and then you have rehab retail flips. So a wholesale flip is where you get a property under contract, and then you sell your contract to another investor. Right? So basically, you don't actually close on the house. You're just assigning your contract over, and you make money very quickly as the middleman. Okay. As a matchmaker between the deal and the end buyer who wants to buy that deal. And the reason why wholesaling is very popular because it's one of the easiest investing strategies to get started with. It has very little, practically no risk at all. Because you're never buying the house, and so if you don't, if you can't close on it, no big deal. You just get you just terminate your contract with the seller, okay? And wholesaling is extremely useful. Whenever you want to make some really quick cash, meaning within like hours or days, or even, on the long end, it's like weeks, right? It's very different from rehab retail, which takes months for you to get paid. Okay, and we'll as far as how you do wholesaling, we'll talk about some of it today, as well as let you know more about our upcoming event later on about how you can learn to do this. So the second type of flipping is hotel flips. So this is like wholesale, where you're selling the house as is, but you actually will close on the house. So you close on the house and then you sell it as is to another buyer. It could mean that you sell it to an owner-occupant buyer. It could mean that you put it on the MLS and sell it to another investor. But the difference between wholesaling versus hoteling is that you actually close on the house and then resell it as is. Okay, and wholesaling is great when you want to make a little bit more money. For example, wholesale makes $5,000 to $10,000 a deal on average. A hotel makes $10,000 to $20,000 a deal on average. And so that that if you have the ability, if you have the private money, which will teach you how to do that, if you have the private money or your own money to be able to close on the house and then hotel it, you make more money per deal. Okay. Next type of flipping is the rehab retail. This is where you actually close on the house. So you get under contract, you close on it, you fix it up, and then you sell it to the retail market, to the retail buyers that's going to get a conventional loan or an FHA loan and cash you out. Okay, the reason why people like the rehab retail business is because you make a lot more money per deal than wholesale deal, right? Rehab retail, you're looking to make $20,000 to $50,000 a deal, and so investors will use this strategy if they want to make more money on that deal, and they don't mind waiting the 3, 4, 5, 6 months that it takes for them to to go through that flip. Okay, and so we're gonna we're gonna touch mostly on wholesaling for this webinar because of the short amount of time that we have. But our upcoming seminar that we're doing on February 7th, 8th, and 9th, we'll go into about wholesaling and rehab retail flips as well. So just wanted to let you know that heads up ahead of time. So awesome. So now that we got the Flipping 101 out of the way, we're gonna share with you a little bit about ourselves. Just for those of you who don't know us or don't know us well, we'll just give you a quick background on us.
Yeah. So here on your left-hand side of the screen is a picture of me and my family. That's my wife on the side there, Kimberly, and my two sons, Trajan, who's 14, and my youngest son, Dylan, who is right in the center there, 8 years old. And they're pretty much the reason that I got into this business in the first place, is to be able to provide a stable life for my family and a good life. I mean, the wonderful thing about real estate is there's so many opportunities. Like we just went over 3 of them with you right there: wholesale, hotel, and rehabbing. And there's lots of other things in between that. But you can pick an avenue that fits your personality or your type, and you can run with it and do anything you want with it. Actually, I mean, like, real estate is so flexible and offers so many things that it's just provided a great life for me and my family, and I love it.
Yeah, and I know AC, like, you share a lot. You share about your story, how you used to live in a storage shed, right? Can you share that with everybody?
Yes, actually, my wife and I and my oldest son right there, Trajan, he was young at the time. I actually, when I got into wholesaling, I was living in a storage shed behind a family member's house. So it was, I had some pretty dark times right about then and was pretty much at rock bottom. If you're living in a 12 by 12 storage room, there's not too much further down you can go. And I don't know if you've ever tried to make your wife live in a storage room, and it wasn't the easiest thing to do. But, that's a great example of you can do it from any point of life. Literally, I had no money. I had, nothing that I could, nothing of value to use to help me get going. And I was literally able to start this business and start making money with, very, very little money out of my pocket. And you can do the same thing too. If I can do it out of a storage shed, you can do it. It's not impossible.
Right. And yeah, I mean, we've seen, it done so many times. People, coming from literally nothing, or sometimes even like hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and be able to get started in this business and make a killing. My personal story. Yeah, I came here to the U.S. when I was only 12 years old. Speak no English, had nothing more than the shirt on my back, and it was just my my older brother and I, who he was 19 at the time, and we used to live in this this little 2-bedroom apartment, and at any given time there were 8 to 12 single guys living there. To think about it now, AC, we should have bought a duplex or 4-plex and rented those rooms out to them.
Right.
But those guys probably wouldn't pay the rent anyways, because they were the kind of guys that would rather be in jail than out of jail, because at least they'll get fed. So I was fortunate enough to be able to finish school, and after college I got a job at a computer place. And when I got that job, I was like, I thought, yes, I made it. I achieved my American dream, the dream that my parents had for us, to be able to come to America, to get well educated and get a good job. And in April of 2002, the company called all of us into the office and announced that they were filing bankruptcy, and they were laying everyone off in 2 months. So at that time I was pretty desperate to find a way to, like, what am I going to do next? And so luckily I found a free real estate seminar, and so I went to that real estate seminar, and at that seminar they told us that for $3,000 they'll teach us how to get rich in real estate with no money down, no credit, and no experience. And when I heard that, I was like, yes, that's me. and yeah, but I was very skeptical. It's like, wow, $3,000. I have my credit card that I can put it on, but what if this doesn't work? How am I going to pay for the bills when that comes? And somewhere in the presentation, they share with us that 90% of self-made millionaires in America invest in real estate. And so I thought to myself, it's like, well, I want to be a self-made millionaire, and if that's what millionaires do, then that's what I want to I want to copy them and duplicate what they do. And so I got the coach and signed up for that seminar. Long story short, my team and I have bought and sold well over 400 properties, ranging everything from single family homes to lots to townhomes, condos, like all of the residential type transactions. And as you can see on the picture, that's my wife Frances, and our 9-year-old son Tyler on the left side, and our 6-year-old son Austin on the other side. And just like AC, they're the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I love what I'm doing out here, making a difference for you guys, teaching you guys what I've learned along the way, and being able to get paid very well doing what I do to provide for for my family. And so it's a great business, and I mean we've seen so many of our students that like I said, either came from nothing, came from being in bankruptcy to being a few $100,000 in debt to having a job, like all different situations, all different scenarios, and all got started in doing this and start making money very quickly. We're gonna showcase and do a few case studies for you today, so you can see how how people are making money right now in today's market, and are killing it in today's market. So yeah, we're really excited about this market and really excited about teaching you this business. So yeah, let's start with Steve and Susan.
Yeah, Steve and Susan are, they're just great people. Like when they came to us, they had been trying to do a deal for probably close to a year at that point and weren't able to actually get one done at the time, and joining us and as a member of our group here, they went on to do over right about $105,000 in 6 months, which is just a crazy number. I mean, it's very possible, and they did it, but coming from literally not doing one deal to, I think they did 14 deals in that 6 months to make that $105,000. That's a great example right there of you can do it. You just have to have the right information and put it in place.
Yeah, and that's counting the holidays too.
Yeah.
Like, that's right in the middle of all the Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that holiday stuff.
Yeah, sometimes they slowed down during the holidays, and Steve said his stuff didn't stop. It didn't slow down at all. He kept getting deals. I was like, man.
Yeah, and so so here's one of his deals.
Yeah, this is a deal he did on 1111 Saddle Rock, and this deal right here came off of a marketing method of postcards. So he sent out his postcard campaign, and the seller called him. He was actually able to negotiate this one down to a contract price of $50,000. So, the repairs, it didn't need a lot of repairs. It was mostly cosmetic, touch up here and there, paint cleanup kind of stuff. And he quickly sold this one for $55,000. So, and this was one of the first deals he did. So right out of the gate, he made a $5,000 assignment fee, really fast, and that's great for the amount of time that you put into it. You do your campaign, you get the seller to call you, and you negotiate it down, and then a quick flip for a quick $5,000.
Yeah, and some of you looking at this, you might say 5,000, like that's not a lot of money, because I mean in our real estate business, right? Some of the deals makes a lot of money, but you know what? 5,000. Imagine doing that 14 times over, right, or 20 times over. It adds up, right? And we'll share with you some deals that our students and us, we make a whole lot more than $5,000 on an assignment fee.
And I'll still take a $5,000 assignment fee. It's coming my way every day. Yeah, this one is another deal that Steve did, and this is 11 Regency. You can see that this house right here is in really good condition. You know, it didn't need a lot of work either. So that's a nice looking little house there. This one came off of direct mail. I think it was a letter, but it's a different kind of mailing campaign. But you know, again, you know, getting his mail out through or getting his marketing piece out through the mail. He was able to contract this house for $20,000. And this one he actually did a little bit more on than $5,000. He sold this one for $28,500, so he made an $8,500 assignment fee. And I think he sold this one within a couple of days. I think this one actually sold really fast. So that's $8,500 really, really quickly, you know, on top of the $5,000 he did on the other deal to start out with.
Yeah, and you know, this is just to showcase to you just 2 of the 14 deals that he's done. You know, in that first 6 months, and yeah, so some of them, like as you can see, some he made, you know, 5,000, 8,500. Some made more than that. He actually, out of that, you know, out of that 105,000, there was one that he made close to $30,000 on as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so yeah, I mean the income range, you know, quite a bit. But you get to see that if you average them all out, right? If you take 105,000 and you divide that by the 14 deals, you know, that's about you know, $7,500 a deal. So that gives you an idea of the kind of money that you can make in you know, in this wholesaling business very easily. And so if your goal is to make 105,000, like, you know, like Steve and Susan made, basically, you know, at $7,500 a deal, all you need is 14 deals within that 6 months. You know, here in the off, and then as you get better at this business, and remember, this is, you know, they're just starting out. This is their first 6 months. Okay, their you know, profit per deal is going to start to go up as they become more experienced. Here in our office, you know, AC and I, we average about $9,300 a deal. So if you look at $9,300 a deal to make 105,000, you only need but like 12 deals, less than 12 deals. Okay, so that averaged out to be about 2 deals every month, 2 deals every month, which is very, very doable in this business, especially in today's market.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a hot market right now.
Yeah, and just to share with you how hot this market is, okay? I sold a house. I just closed on it with my buyer yesterday. You know, traditionally, if I had wholesale that, you know, to traditionally, I probably would only sold it for 45,000. Well, you know, because of how hot this market is, I ended up selling it for I sold it for $60,000, $15,000 more than that what I would, you know, normally sell it for. So it's just such an amazing hot market, and my buyer is a Canadian buyer. So you have investors all over the country, you know, coming into Houston and, you know, Texas in general, but you know, even more so here in Houston, because you know, our property is so affordable compared to what they can rent these houses for. You know, and so yeah, so it's an amazing market. You know, and then on top of all the out of town, out of state, out of the country buyers, we are the second fastest growing city in America. That means that tons of people are moving from other states to Houston because we ranked I think number 1 or number 2 in jobs in the nation. So we have, you know, like employment rate. You know, I mean, employment rate is extremely high. So lots of jobs, a lot of people are moving in. So yeah, so definitely, you know, if you've been thinking about getting into real estate investing, like now is the best time ever to get started. And if you get started in real estate investing, but only doing like a deal here or there and hasn't been very consistent, you know, make sure you jump on board with us and learn how to do these deals consistently and take advantage of this market. I mean, it's like, you know, I think a lot about it, AC, how it's almost like we get to go back to 2006 all over again.
Yeah.
And this time we know what's coming.
Yeah,
Like we know,
exactly.
we know how to make money in this market. So you guys listening in, I mean, like, I don't, like, do whatever you need to do. Take full advantage of this market because it's not going to last, a very long time. And so while it's here, like, make as much money as you can. And then, if it, when it go bust again, you have a bunch of cash you're sitting on, and then you can buy all the houses you want when
They're dirt cheap.
when they're dirt cheap, right? I mean, yeah, some of the houses that I wish I have bought when the market was down, I look at them now and they're like, wow, 40, 60, some even like $100,000 more now than just a couple of years ago. So, it's, now that I've been through that boom and that bust, I know how to navigate this so much better, and AC is the same way. We can teach you how to do that, so that way, you don't have to go through the school of hard knocks like we did.
Yeah, and I thought 2004 to 2006 was a very hot market, and it was. But the market right now is like 2004 to 2006 on steroids. It is moving so fast and getting so hot at such a rapid pace that, it's amazing. Like, I can't even believe it sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so next we want to share with you another one of our students, Hugo. I mean, every time I think about Hugo, like, it's just so inspiring. He started with us, a little bit over a year ago with, like, he was spanking brand new to the business. I mean, as new as can be. He probably barely, knew what wholesaling was before he got started with us.
He didn't even know what a deed was to a house.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, a deed is like the title to the house. But Hugo started with us, like I said, a little bit over a year ago, and he the first few months he was still working full time in his business. So the first couple months was a slow start for him, and then in March of 2013 he got serious, and from March to the end of 2013, he made close to $300,000 in wholesale fees, this check here you see here, the date was November, and just even from November to the end of the year, he racked up another like $60,000 or so, and so just amazing success story. I mean, what kind of business? Tell me, like, a business. How many businesses out there, or how many jobs out there can a spanking brand new person get started, and a year later make close to $300,000?
Not many. Not many at all.
Yeah, and and I mean, it's just just really inspiring, and we can't stress enough about how hot this market is, and how all of you needs to jump into this market.
This is a deal here that Hugo did at on Sands Point. You can tell it's another house. It's not trashed out. It's a pretty decent looking house there, and this one also came off of direct mail, a postcard, and he was able to contract this one and lock it up at $115,000, and he sold this one for $140,000. So this is like some of the fees that we're telling you about that you will see these happen every day. This is a $25,000 assignment fee, just for him, doing his marketing, getting his negotiating on with the seller, and being able to lock it up at 115 and quickly selling it. All these deals happen really quickly. Most of the time, from the time you contracted the deal to the time you close on it and collect your check, is usually about 14 to 30 days. They can, I've had some happen faster than that and close within 3 to 5 days, and then some take a little bit longer, but generally it's about 30 days. So within 30 days, he made $25,000, and this is on top of the other deals he has going on at the same time. So, that's an amazing deal right there, $25,000.
Yeah, and earlier I shared how Hugo made close to $300,000 in 2013. That's out of 22 deals, and this is one of those 22 deals. So he did about very similar to Steve. He did about 2 deals a month to make that kind of money.
Here, this is another one that Hugo did here. It's on Pine Forest. Is that the house?
It's just a lot.
Okay, I was wondering if the house was just hard to see behind all the trees. This one right here was also off of direct mail. This is what a yellow letter campaign, which this is another method that we teach our members of how to do direct mail and how to get your marketing out to people. And this one he actually got for $107,000 and sold this one for $133,000. So this is $26,000, like even more than the last one. You thought 25 was good. I'll take that extra 1,000 every day. So $26,000 just between those 2 deals. That's $51,000 in assignment fees. And these deals are happening every day. We do them in our office every day. Our students are doing these every day. I mean, Hugo's doing a lot of these deals himself now. I mean, it's just a fast-paced market right now. There's so many of these deals going on.
Yeah, and I mean, just imagine, guys, how you look, take a look at your lifestyle right now, your expenses right now. Imagine how many of these deals do you need to do, to be able to live the life you want? Not many, right? Maybe you're not like Hugo where your goal is to make $300,000 in a year. Maybe your goal is just to make, $50,000 or $60,000. Like, at $50,000, these 2 deals right here,
you're done for the year.
You're done for the year, and you can take off for the rest of the year. Right? And yeah, I mean, this business is just so amazing, so lucrative that yeah, it doesn't take a lot. And we teach a lot about about marketing, about how to find these deals, and that's really the secret, right? The wholesaling business is pretty easy. You find a seller, you get on a contract, you find a buyer, you sell to your buyer, you're done. Right? I mean, it's a simple business for sure. But the secret behind a successful wholesaler versus a not so successful one, or how consistently a wholesaler gets paid, is the secret is in the marketing. Okay? If you don't market your business, or if you don't know the right way to market, you can be spending waste a lot of time, waste a lot of money, and get no deal at all. Okay, and so in our seminars, we teach a lot about marketing, and we're very specific about the type of marketing that that you need to do to be able to make the kind of money that you want to make, whether that be $100,000 or 200, or even $1 million. Like, we're teaching you exactly how to scale that business up. Okay. And we're sharing with you here like some of the marketing that our students have been using to get these deals, so that way it opens your mind up to like what's working out there for other investors. Okay, so cool. Our next success story that we want to share with you is Cynthia. And that's her husband Ron standing behind her there. Cynthia started with us just a very few short months ago, when she got started with us, literally within the first 2 weeks of working with us, she got her first deal, made $9,000 on it. Sweet little deal. And Cynthia's doing this part time. She has a catering business that she does full time. Just another one of those stories where it's like, whether you have a full time job or you have a full time business or you're doing this full time, I mean, it doesn't take a lot of hours in your day to make these deals happen. Okay, really, I mean, of course, it depends on your goal. If your goal is just, a lot of people, their goal is just to do a deal or two deals a month. That's it. I mean, a lot of people are not like AC and I, where, we do 10 plus deals a month, right? And so it doesn't require a lot of time. Even at 10 plus deals a month, we're going to teach you how to automate your business, how to systemize your business, so that way you're not the one working in your business. You're not going to find AC and I going out there meeting with sellers and negotiating deals with sellers. We have a team in place to do those things, and we'll teach you how to do that as well. Okay, yeah, this picture was taken at one of our mastermind meetings that we have with our students. Okay, the screen is not changing, so let me hold on here. Some of you let me see what screen you guys are at, so I can correct this. Okay, the screen is still on it. Okay, what screen are you guys seeing right now? And just so for those of you asking about my my costume there, I was wearing a pilgrim costume for Thanksgiving. we do fun stuff here in the office. All right, cool. So you're on the right screen, Cynthia's screen. Awesome. Yeah. So as I was saying, yeah. I mean, the deal, the $9,000 deal, was a fast deal that Cynthia did. Here's a deal.
Yeah, this is a deal that she did. She did. I think this was within like a month of her joining the group. Like right after she did that first one for 9,000, she did this one right here at 4822 Epps, and you can tell that's a pretty big house right there. This neighborhood was an up and coming neighborhood. She happened to know this neighborhood really, really well and knew about this house. I think somebody in the neighborhood actually ended up buying it, and I think they're going to do new construction on it, if I'm not wrong. But so her marketing piece on this one was a direct mail. We do lots of different types of direct mail. She contracted this one at $32,000 and sold it for $39,000. So that's a quick $7,000 assignment fee right there. And that's on top of her $9,000 assignment fee that she did before this. And she actually kept a property or two that she found off of her marketing because she actually buy and holds houses too. So, that's, I mean, like when you're able to do the proper marketing and get these deals that come to you, you can cherry pick the deals you want. You cherry pick the ones you want, you keep them for rentals, you keep them for rehabs, or you quickly assign them for money like this, $7,000 real fast.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a retail center she's actually working on right now. This is an amazing deal right here. This is one of those stories you hear about that really inspires you to want to do this. This one even inspires me. This is a retail center that she got off of a postcard referral. She actually closed on somebody's house that she got off of a postcard, and they, at the closing, I think it was at the closing or right afterwards or before, they told her about a commercial retail center they had, and they asked her if she'd be interested in that, and she's like, sure. So she ended up contracting the retail center for $200,000, and she marketed it for $483,000. Now, as it stands right now, she has an offer on the table for $300,000. She'll probably end up getting a little more than that. But even if she accepts the offer at $300,000, she's making a $100,000 assignment fee. That's, I mean, I love those. That's why I love this business. Where can you do something like this where you're gonna make $100,000? That's more than some people make in a year, and she's doing it on one deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's just an incredible story, and to share with you that, as you can see, right, you can do all kinds of deals. You can wholesale all kinds of deals, whether it's single family homes or condos or lots or even commercial deals. the wholesaling business works no matter what type of property it is. And it's just, the bigger the property, the more zeros there is at the end of the deal. So yeah, I mean, it's like, just keep your mind open. This is really to share with you that is that, anytime you hear anybody has properties for sale, whether it's a house or an
Land.
apartment building or land or retail center, like don't say no to it, don't reject it, because you never know what kind of money is in those deals. Always look into it. We'll teach you how to quickly analyze these deals, so that way you know whether or not you have a potential deal. And yeah, take advantage of them. But I mean, look at this deal. How many of these deals do you, like this type of deals, do you need to do to live an amazing life?
Yeah, and if you're starting out with wholesaling because you don't have a lot of money, after a deal like this, you can move on now and start buying some of the houses yourself and keeping some rental properties and stuff. The thing I also love about Cynthia's story is she is turning this into a family business. She does this business with her husband, Ron, and her son, Kevin. So, I mean, this is turning into something that they're going to have for their whole family. She's teaching her kids, and then if her kids get into this business and stay in it, they can. This is something they can teach their kids. So this is about, being able to provide not just for now and not just for yourself, but the people you love and care about.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I know we're going through these pretty quickly, and I see some of you guys put some questions and stuff in. As we go along, like, just feel free to put in questions. We'll answer the questions at the toward the end of the webinar. But yeah, whatever questions you have, just type it in, and we'll answer them. And we want to make sure that, like, you get a lot of information out of this webinar, and go out there and take advantage of this market. Bottom line is this, okay? The market is super hot. Okay, there's tons of opportunity out there, and so I mean, we encourage you to go out there, take some action, and do a lot of deals. Okay, because you can learn as much as you want, and we're going to teach you a lot on this webinar. But you can learn as much as you want, but if you don't go out there and take action, you're not going to be able to make any money.
Yeah, and that is so true. When I started in this business over 10 years ago, and I started going to networking events and listening to what was going on and meeting people, and I've met people there that were like, yeah, I'm getting into this, and man, I'm just trying to learn a little bit more before I do it. And now I see these same people sometimes at networking events and ask them how many deals have they done, and they still haven't done any deals. For 10 years, they've been just gathering information, waiting for the right time to take action. And if you're waiting for the perfect time to take action, you have to make it the perfect time. You're never going to feel like it's the perfect time, but it's always the perfect time, because if you don't take action and you don't start, you'll never get anywhere.
Yeah. And in today's market, really, because the market is so hot, the market's very forgiving. It's one of those markets where you can make a ton of mistakes and still come out making really nice profits.
Yes.
So yeah, we definitely encourage you to take action. And so with that, we want to share with you about our Flipping for Millions live seminar that we have coming up on February 7th, 8th, 9th. Basically at the seminar, we'll teach you how to make 6 to 7 figure income flipping houses in 2014. And when we say flipping houses, we're talking about learning how to make $5,000 to $10,000 per deal wholesaling houses. How to make $10,000 to $20,000 per deal wholesaling houses. Now I'll share with you exactly what I did with that house that I shared with you earlier, how I just closed on yesterday. That I was able to wholesale it for $15,000 more than if I had traditionally wholesale it. So tons of opportunities there. We're also going to teach you as well. It's a very comprehensive seminar on flipping. We're going to teach you, how to make $20,000 to $50,000 per deal on rehabbing houses. Okay, rehab and then resell them, retail them as is. Not as is. Selling them retail to an owner occupant buyer. Okay. One of the questions that we get a lot, or maybe not so, well, question and also concerns about people getting started is, Tim, I just don't have the money to get started. I don't have the money to buy all these houses. Well, what we teach you is that you don't need any money at all to be able to do these deals.
Of your own.
Yeah, you don't need any of your own money to do any of these deals. However, with with wholesaling, you don't even need private money. With wholesaling, you just need to know exactly how to market to find these deals. And then we'll at the event, we'll share with you some of the free marketing that we use, as well as some of the low-cost marketing that we use to get deals. If you're just doing wholesaling, you never need any money at all. We're going to teach you some more advanced strategies with the wholesaling and the rehab retail. And with those, you do need some money, just not your own money. So we're going to teach you how to raise at least $1 million in private money within 30 days. And then, of course, you can go on and raise like, 10 million or even $100 million if you want it. You don't have to stop at 30 days. But yeah, $1 million is a good place to start. And we'll teach you exactly how to raise that money very, very quickly. AC and I, we pretty much have, access to virtually unlimited amount of money that we can ever spend. I don't know we'll ever have enough deals to spend all the private money that we have. But
that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, and so we're gonna teach you how to do exactly just that. Okay. All right. So another thing that you're gonna learn at the event
is we're gonna show you how to find deals using our top 5 marketing strategies. Now, these are the actual strategies that we use every day right now to find deals in today's market. We're, like Tim told you earlier, we're constantly, continually doing 10 plus deals a month. And to be able to do 10 plus deals a month, your marketing is your key. If you're not marketing and you're not marketing right, the deals aren't going to come.
Yeah, exactly. And, marketing right is extremely important, because if you're marketing wrong, I've spent a lot of money in marketing that got me 0 deals. Okay, there's tons of horror stories around that. But so that's why we don't want to teach you 100 different ways to market for deals. All right, because you really can't. It's almost impossible to implement that many strategies. So what we do is we want you to have the highest chance of success possible. We've already gone through all the trials and error. If you look at our back, we have plenty of scars on our back to prove all the marketing mistakes that we've made. So so we're only going to share with you the top 5 marketings that get us the most amount of deals. So that way, you'll be able to get started and start making money much easier, much faster than going through all the trial and error, of learning how to make deals.
We're also going to show you how to have your phone ringing with leads while you're at the seminar. So we're going to show you how to get started very, very quickly.
Yeah, like within minutes. Like once, while we're at the seminar, we'll teach you some strategies of, okay, go on your phone right now. We'll get on the internet right now. We'll do this few things, and boom, like literally your phone you start receiving calls and texts through your phone. And on top of that, another thing that we're going to be doing at the event that's going to be really fun is we're going to bring our own leads to the event. So you get to hear our phones ringing, and you get to hear us talking to sellers live at the seminar. So you hear exactly what we say to them, how we say it, how we negotiate the deal. So that way, when you leave the seminar, you're armed, you got everything that you need to be able to, to know what to do with these deals once you leave the seminar and having your phone ringing. So yeah, so we're not going to just, teach you, strategies that, that you might not implement and forget. We want to make sure that you can get into action right away, while you're still at the seminar. So yeah, we're going to have, our phones ringing. We can make your phone ringing. So you have leads to work on and yeah, deals to do.
We're also going to show you how to talk to sellers and build rapport quickly. This is one of the most important things about this business is it's a people business. It's, everybody's in business to make money. And of course, we're trying to make money. That's how we provide for our families and everything. But if you're not talking to the sellers correctly and being a people person with them and treating them like people and remembering that it's a people business and not a house buying business, you're not going to get very far. And that's where a lot of people make their mistakes. It's strictly about the money or strictly about the deal. But you really have to get in there and feel for these people and get an understanding of what they're going through to be able to solve their problems.
Yeah, exactly. And, how to talk to them, how to build rapport is how you're going to win over your competitors. Okay. And yeah, making sure that the sellers work with you instead of someone else.
We're also going to show you how to quickly analyze and negotiate for deep discounts. Obviously, that's where you make your money. You don't make your money when you go to a closing and sell a house. You really make your money when you buy, because you have to buy right, which is what a lot of people don't do. And you'll see investors out there that will say, oh, this deal is worth 120 and it's really worth 110, and they're just trying to raise the price because they didn't negotiate it right, so they have to sell it for more. And that's what you want to do, is you want to be able to quickly understand the numbers of the property and be able to negotiate it and get it deep discounted so you can buy it correctly.
Right. Yeah, and we're also going to teach you how to quickly build your cash buyers list. This is how we're able to sell our houses in literally minutes sometimes.
Yes, we sold one in 8 minutes the other day.
Yeah, I mean, we sell our houses super fast. It's because we have a really big, strong cash buyers list. And so we're going to teach you exactly how to build yours very, very quickly, so that way you can start selling, houses to them. And another strategy we're going to teach you, how to sell any house in 7 days or less. I don't care if it's a wholesale deal, a hotel deal, a rehab deal. Even if it's a house that you might not have been able to sell for a long time. I'll give you an example. There was a house that another investor was trying to sell. She was trying to sell for 3 months for $180,000. She couldn't get it sold. So she knows that I have a very unique way of selling houses very quickly within 7 days. So she approached me and asked me to help her sell her house. Well, long story short, I told her I would do that, but I would charge her $20,000 to do that. And she was pretty desperate to get her house sold, and so she agreed to that. I ended up selling the house for $215,000. So she ended up making more money. After paying me $20,000, she still made more money than what she was trying to sell it for. So I'm going to be teaching you this strategy of how to sell any house that you have, whether it's a retail house or an owner financing house. I mean, we use this strategy a lot too on selling on owner financing as well. You'll be able to sell it any house very quickly. We're also going to teach you how to fund all of your deals without ever using any of your own money or credit. Right? So we'll teach you a lot of different creative financing beyond just private money. There's subject to deals that you can take over payments. There's owner financing deals where you get sellers to sell your own financing, and of course using private money is also another source. Another source that we teach our students a lot is using business lines of credit. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can fund your deals without ever using your own money or credit, and we're going to teach you, teach you all of that.
We're going to show you how to fill out the contracts to keep you safe and so that you never lose money. So that's, if you do the contracts properly and use the right contracts, you're very protected, and that makes the wholesaling especially almost risk-free. I mean, pretty much risk-free. I mean, you really don't have much to lose, so and that's a key of having the right contracts and filling them out correctly.
Yeah, and and a majority of the deals that we do, like, we never even have to pay earnest money. We never even have to put our earnest money on our deals, and so we don't have earnest money to lose. Mm-hmm. Now I'll give you an example. I was on the radio, being interviewed on the radio just a few days ago, and one of the callers that called in, he has a property under contract right now that he put $1,000 earnest money in, $2,000 earnest money in, and and he found out the house needs a lot more repairs than he thought, and he's trying to get back out from the deal or negotiate the price down, and the seller's not willing to let him back out, or like lower the price. And so now he's stuck on either buying this house or lose his $2,000 earnest money. That sucks, You don't want to ever get into a contract with that, with like, a deal like that, especially if you're dealing with the homeowners, right? Now, if you're buying the deal from another wholesaler, that's a very different story, okay? Because I mean, it's a good deal. I mean, especially us, like when we sell houses, our houses are really good deals. But when you're dealing with homeowners, you wanna make sure that you're protected, okay? You want to make sure that that you can get out of the deal if you need to get out of the deal, without losing any money, without anybody suing you, or any of that stuff. Like, safely get out of the deal if you can't find a buyer. So yeah, so we're going to teach you how to do that. We're going to provide all of the contracts, the assignment contract, all the forms that you need, the marketing materials. We'll even show you like our real live postcards that we're currently using, and how, I mean, the materials that are converting really well for us. Because look, we want to help you shortcut your way to success, okay? We already been there. We already, made tons of mistakes, been through the school of hard knocks, so that way you don't have to, okay? And we want to depart those knowledge and those information to you. That's, I mean, we love doing this. We love teaching others, and just watching, others, I mean, become financially free, makes a lot of money in this business, and so yeah, we want to make sure that you are going to be out there making as much money as fast as you could possibly do it, okay? So we'll include all of that. So the Flipping for Millions seminar, like I said, it's a live seminar that's going to be in our office here on February 7th, 8th, and 9th. 7th, 8th, and 9th of this year, 2014. Mm-hmm. The normal price, if you go on our website right now, you see that the price is $299. However, we want to thank you for watching this webinar. Because you took action to be on this webinar, we're going to give you a $50 off of of our already low price of $299. Really, with the information that we'll be teaching at this seminar, I mean, AC had paid like $11,000 for a similar seminar that's not even as comprehensive as what we're going to share with you. And I paid $3,000 for my first seminar, and so yeah, I mean, this is like pennies compared to what we have paid, the hundreds of thousands of dollars that we spent on our own, like education and mistakes and all of that, to be able to teach this to you. And so, if when you take action right now, and go to prosperitygroup.com/seminar, you'll be able to, sign up for our seminar here, for Flipping for Millions seminar, for only $249. Okay. Not only we're going to teach you how to make your first $100,000. But we're also going to share with you the business model, the $1 million business model that we're teaching some of our students right now to take them, the ones that already done over 100,000. We're taking them to help them make $1 million this year, and we're going to share with you that business model so you can duplicate that in your, in your business as well. So when you go to the website, make sure you use the coupon code SUCCESS, okay, prosperityGroup.com/seminar, and use the coupon code SUCCESS to get the $50 off. Okay, so go ahead and take advantage of that, and go to the website right now.
Yeah, and like Tim was saying, like the information we're going to be sharing with you at this seminar is very much more detailed than even the one that I got at the seminar that I paid $11,000 to go to. And the one I paid $11,000 for was also a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. So it was only a 3-day event also. And I'm telling you, it was more of a nationwide kind of thing. So they didn't go into the details and really give me a lot. I mean, they gave me the basics, but they weren't able to go into details. So if you're in Houston and you're able to attend here live and you're doing business in Houston, you're going to get great value out of it, because you're going to learn exactly what we're doing and where we're doing it and how we're doing it, and it's going to work because it's working for us.
Yeah, exactly. So so make sure you take advantage of this seminar right now. It's coming up really soon in what, a week and a half. And so make sure you take advantage of that before it gets sold out, and then you'll be locked out, because we don't, at this point, we don't have any plans for the next seminar yet. And when we're not even sure if we're going to do another 3-day seminar, and be as comprehensive as this. When we just do like a 1-day seminar, it's much easier for us. It doesn't take a lot of time out of our business and our family. And so this is an awesome opportunity, so make sure you take advantage of that. All right, so we got some questions here. Troy asked, is it recommended that you close first and then wholesale a deal to a retail customer?
Well, if you're wholesaling to a retail customer and you're selling like at market value and they're using a loan, if they're doing cash, you don't have to close on it and then sell to them. You can also, you can do an assignment on that if it's cash. If they're using a loan, a conventional loan, not a hard money loan or something like that, if they're using a conventional loan, then you would have to close on it first and then sell, and then do another closing with them, sell to them, as a separate deal, because conventional financing will not allow you to do that. So yes, in that case. But if it's a cash deal, you don't have to close on it first.
Okay. Here's a question from Chad. Can you let us know how they sold each property? Did they sell them retail or wholesale them?
Those were wholesale deals. They sold those to cash investor buyers on those examples.
Yes. And at the event, we're going to share more case studies of the deals that they have wholesale, the deals that they have sold retail. So you'll because of the short time that we have on this webinar, we can't cover all of the topics, but at the seminar we'll be able to cover that in much greater depth. All right. Okay. On Cynthia's strip center, how much was put down for earnest money or deposit? Do you know the answer to that?
I do not know. I know on her other deals, she never put, I don't think she put any earnest money at all, because that's the way we taught her how to do it. So I don't know on that exact property. I haven't seen the contract, and I didn't ask her that.
Yeah. Chances are she probably did not. If she used our contracts, chances are she did not have to put up any earnest money. But yeah, I mean, like I said, the way we teach you how to negotiate with sellers is that the sellers never even ask for earnest money, and so you don't have to put it up. Okay. All right, here's another question from Bill. Do you have to wait 90 days to sell a house if you're flipping it? Generally, you don't. not that you have to. Well, the type of houses that we buy, we're buying from um, homeowners directly. We're not buying it from banks where they have a 90-day deed restriction or limitation. Because we're buying it from homeowners, we can resell it as fast as we want. If there's any 90-day, that would be 90-day seasoning of title. That would be if the buyer is trying to get an FHA loan. Then yeah, we might run into that. But generally speaking, no. We're just flipping it. There's no 90 days.
And if you're talking about flipping it, like wholesale flipping it, what we're doing is we're getting a purchase contract on it and then assigning our rights to the original purchase contract to our end buyer. And there's nothing, you can do that from one day to the next. You can get the purchase contract one day and the very next day assign it to somebody else. That wouldn't even be a problem with wholesaling.
Yeah. All right. Let me see here. How well does wholesaling work for tenant-occupied property? Any pros and cons for such deals?
Well, it does make it a little more difficult. If there's a tenant in the property, it makes showing the property harder. And it can be a sticky situation sometimes that you have to work around. Sometimes the sellers don't want the tenants to know that they're selling. So it does make it a little more difficult, but we do it all the time. It's just a matter of knowing how to work it. You can talk to the seller, have them tell the tenant that you're coming by to do an inspection or that, or something like that. So there's different ways around it. It does make it a little tougher, but it is totally doable, and you can get them done like that, and we do them all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Let me see here. I think that's all the questions that we have. I don't see any other. Oh, how do you comp out a vacant lot? We run comps very similar to what we do with single family homes. Look for what other lots in that area have sold for, or how much it is per square foot, and then multiply it, or depending on how big the lot is, of course. If it's how much is it per acre,
Yeah, and I was just going to say that we have a realtor, and that works with us, that we're able to check actual realtor comps on MLS and stuff. So it's pretty much like you said, just running, doing comps the same way as you would with a house, except you're just matching it up with other lots instead of other houses that are similar.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Steve said, I can't make it to a seminar, but do you offer a seminar? Seminar? At this point, Steve, we don't have any other seminar planned. So it's probably not going to be anytime soon. We're doing this seminar very different than what we normally do. Normally, we just do a short 1 day or 2 day, and we only cover wholesaling. The reason why we're doing a 3-day seminar and making it very comprehensive is because we're actually recording this seminar and turning it into a home study course, which we will sell for $1,000 each. And so basically we're just using this as a recording platform. And we want to have you there so that way, there's interactions, there's questions from the audience to make the home study course more interactive. But yeah, so we don't have any plans to do another seminar that's as detailed and as comprehensive as the one that we're doing, coming up next weekend. So if you can't make it for this seminar, then yeah, just wait for when we have the home study course come out. Like I said, we're planning to sell it for about $1,000, and so if you can make it, great. If not, hey, even at $1,000, what is that compared to if you just do one deal as a result of what you learn from what we teach you?
Exactly, and like you said, the amount of information that we're going to be sharing at this event it really is a lot for us to put together. To have everything that we're going to be sharing with you and stuff that we're going to be giving to you there. it's a toll on us to be able to put it together, you know, because we do have businesses, you know, we really are flipping houses every day, you know, like that's what we run a business that does that. So we are very busy, and for us to go through the time and effort to set this up, and like you said, usually we don't fit all of these topics into one, you know, so to be able to get this seminar with, you know, wholesale, hotel, rehabbing, all of this, all included in one 3-day seminar, and being able to get the $1 million business model, you know, it's just a lot for us to take on. So that's why we don't really do it a lot very often.
Yeah. And all right, so let me see if I can't attend all 3 days. What happens? You know, gosh, you gotta move things, like, you know, if you have other things you have to do, figure out how you can move things around so you can be all 3 days. I mean, yeah, sure, you're going to learn a lot even if you're just going to be there one day. There's no doubt about that. And, you know, the $249 you pay for will be plenty worth it even for just that one day. However, you know, we recommend that you move whatever you need to move to be able to be there the entire time. So that way, you know, you get all the information that you need. Because look, you know, making $100,000, you know, it's pretty good money, right? And it takes something to make that kind of money, you know. And so you want to make sure that you have all the information that you need to be able to do that and make money. Okay, so yeah, try to be there all, you know, the whole time if you can. If you just can't move things around and you can only be there for one day, then be there for one day. You know, do whatever you need to do. Be there as much as you need to, and then, you know, if you want the rest of the information, like I said, you can always wait too for the home study course to come out and buy that. But, you know, by that time, you know, if you're here for one day, you'll see the kind of value that we provide. So
and you know, it just comes down to, it's like, you know, what do you want to get out of your life? You know, if this is a life, you know, what you can learn here in you know, with being able to make $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, up to $1 million a year, what would that do for your life? Is it important enough for you to arrange some things and move some things around? You know, because if this is what you want to do as your career and what you want to do to make money and provide for your family, you got to weigh it out, you know, you know, I mean, of course, there's always some things you can't move around. You know, you may have to attend a wedding, something like that you're not in control of. But if it's at all possible to move things around, I highly, highly suggest you do, because this is about you. This is about your life and about what you can accomplish and what you're going to be able to do with the rest of your life. And, you know, I don't know about you, but for me, I was so hungry when I started. Like, I would do whatever I had to do to get started, and there was nothing this comprehensive when I was getting started in this business.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, you know, if you're not able to be there the whole time, then, you know, you'll get some materials, but, you know, some of the materials we're only going to pass it out when we're talking about that topic. So yeah, so some of the materials you get, you know, but you won't be able to get everything. And even if you did get the materials, it's not going to make as much sense as like us going through, because there's some things that we're going to get on the internet, you know, get on the web browser and show you what we're doing. So it's kind of hard for us to have that as material for you, or like this, like the live seller calls, for example. You know, it's like you really just have to be there to listen. Okay, so yeah, your daughter have a volleyball tournament. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, you know, like I said, try to be there as much as you can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, awesome. Looks like we got all the questions. So guys, thank you so much for being on this webinar and you know, answering all of the questions. I mean, yeah, asking all the questions and, you know, interacting with us. We really appreciate you being on this webinar. Go ahead and, you know, take action now. Go to prosperitygroup.com/seminar, prosperitygroup.com/seminar, and make sure you use the coupon code SUCCESS and sign up for the seminar tonight. Yeah, and so we'll see you at the seminar next weekend.
Have an awesome night, and we'll see you.
Awesome night. All right. Bye-bye.